Hello everyone, it's Jennifer Yao here from Realtor Pro team at Remax Partners. I'm here to present to you your October updates on your real estate market in your area, Rouge Woods. You're receiving this email because you probably signed up with us one way or the other, most likely when we were door knocking earlier on when it was safe to do so. And you've expressed that you're interested in seeing some updates and what's happening in your neighborhood in terms of real estate. So here we go. So first I want to talk about the statistics for all of GTA, and then later on in the slides after, I'll be talking about Richmond Hill and ultimately Rouge Woods. It is very important for you to not only know your neighborhood, but also know how things are doing around you and how your neighborhood is measuring up against the rest of the cities around you. So overall, we did extremely well in October 2020. As a matter of fact, it is the fourth month where we're showing an increase of sales and activities from the year before. We went up a total of 25% in sales in October 2020 versus last year, October 2019. We actually sold over 10,500 units versus just below 8,500 last year. Price naturally went up as well, went up 13.7% from October 2020 as opposed to October 2019. So that is an overall picture of how well the market's been doing. Two things I want to pull up and I want to talk to you about it is that I think a lot of people are hearing, oh yes, the price is really high because, you know, we don't have enough inventory. That was the case, I think, when we were dealing with COVID shortly after, just because obviously we're dealing with uncertain times and a lot of sellers not knowing what they want to do. So the best thing is to stay put and see what happens. So this is not the case for October. As you can see, new listings, we went up 36.4%. And for active listings, which is the number of listings actually left behind, like the number of listing at the end of the month, okay, that's reporting. So that also went up 12.6%. So what does this mean? It means that we actually had more listings. We actually had more inventory than the year before, yet our price continued to go up. It's just a reflection of how strong demand is and which is driving up the price. Okay, so the next chart I want to talk about is the growth rate broken down by the category. So we have here detached, semi-detached, townhouses, and condo apartment. As you can see here, we had very strong growth for detached, semi-detached, and townhouses. All of them are over 30% growth year over year. That is extremely strong. With exception of the condo market at 2.2. Now, I'm sure if you've been listening to the news or the social media, they've been indicating that we have abundance of inventory in condo market that started with the pandemic and of course with tourism halted and there's no demand for short-term rental. Lately, we've had the Airbnb rulings that you cannot rent out your secondary home short-term. You can only have an Airbnb if you're living in the same house. I guess you can, you know, whether it be a level that you are renting it out or a room, that's the only way it's allowed. So that doesn't help with the condo market. Also, we are experiencing a migration for people that are living downtown core. Throughout the pandemic, I think they've realized that space is extremely important and they don't want to be in a more crowded space. So they've moved out. So as you can see here, the sales in the condo apartment in the 4 and 6 area is actually at a negative 8.5%. Now, if you look at the 905, it's still at a very healthy rate of 28.4%. So we're not getting hit as much at all in the 905 area. As a matter of fact, we are growing. That's also probably because we're definitely not as congested in the 905 area, and things are more affordable and space is bigger. So we are not experiencing that in the condo market in the 905 area. With the strong sales growth, that translates to price increase. So for detached homes, we have an increase of 14.8%, semi-detached around 10%, same thing with the townhouses, and the condo we had an upswing of 0.7%. So all in all, the condo prices are not suffering as yet in terms of like the averages, okay? But we are seeing a price drop in the condo market in Toronto right now. Okay, next we have the Richmond Hill real estate statistics charts. The top chart there, we have sales in Richmond Hill. Overall, all home types, we have increase of 22% year over year in October 2020. And for average price in Richmond Hill, we've gone up around 10%, so around 9 to 10%. So for a detached home in October 2020 in Richmond Hill, we're looking at well over $1.5 million. So these are the numbers and the changes for Richmond Hill. Okay, next I have a Richmond Hill statistics for October 2020. We've already covered the sales and the average prices. What I do want to point out to you is the new listing. We've had 589 new listings come into the market in October, and at the end of October we had 801 listings in October. So if we look at the sales price over the listing price, we're at an extremely healthy rate here. 99 from 97% to 103% over the listing price. So things are selling above the asking and or extremely close to the asking price. Average days on the market is about a month. So we're looking at 23-25 days it takes to sell a home. And months of inventory, this is a very important column, and it is important to note that anything that is below a 5, it indicates to us that it is a seller's market. At 5, we're at balanced market. Anything about 5, we are at a buyer's market. So as you can see, we are very much in the seller's market. So I also have this summarized in a chart form where the red line here indicates the detached home and the blue line is all home types. So here it's just interesting because we have 1.7 months of inventory. In March, things were going crazy and it was really doing well, and then we had the pandemic hit and we are at sometimes 7.8 months. So that is very buyer's market during the April time, where houses were sitting because buyers are not out to shop. And as time goes by, it comes back to around 2 for some cases townhouses are flying off the shelf. We have 1.4 months of inventory, 15 days, so it's 2 weeks. And many of the times it takes 2 weeks is because the agents are holding the offers because they want to allow proper exposure. So that's for this chart here. So next we're gonna go into Rouge Woods. So this is your neighborhood and how it's doing. So here in Rouge Wood, October, average homes is 1.402. Now comparing to last year, 2019 at 1.3, we went up 6%. Sales overall has not increased and there's no change. And I'll tell you the reason being is that in your area, we are really experiencing not much inventory. As of date, we have active listing of 24 active listings. So right now we have 24 listings. And if I checked 2 days ago, it was 26. If I checked 3 days ago, constantly we're hovering around 25 listings only, okay? And of these 25 listings, usually You're lucky if you get 5 that are not detached. The rest of it is detached. But you get like the detached, the townhouses and the semis, the smaller homes, entry-level homes, they really come and go. So just because there's so many people wanting to get into your area because of the schools, of course. Now, for townhouses, I have here, it's $994, so almost $1 million to get a townhome in your area in October 2020. And in 2019, we were at 894, so it went up like 100K, and price went up 11%. Sales dropped 54%. That's due to availability, not because it didn't sell. There's just no inventory for townhouses. Okay, so days on the market for your area is 23, so it's 23 days, very much in tune with what's happening in Richmond Hill. But if you guys have a townhouse and you want to sell, please let me know, because I have a lot of buyers that are looking and just can't get it because there's none available. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed all the material I've prepared for you. If you have any questions at all regarding if you are thinking of selling, if it's a good time to sell, what's the projection for the market. Of course, I don't have a crystal ball. However, I do expect the market to continue to be strong for your neighborhood due to many, many reasons. For now, there's absolutely no slowing down. The interest rate has created a very favorable environment for buyers to buy. You are in one of the best school zone, which is very desirable for people who are thinking of returning back to Canada. We do have a lot of returning Canadians that are thinking of coming back or in process of coming back. Many of them have never been before, had so many people from abroad contacting me and looking for a home and starting their search virtually. Okay, sometimes even the whole process is virtual. They have a fixed date because of the pandemic. They're not really having the option of coming here, quarantining for 14 days and then go back, quarantining for 14 days. So a whole month just on quarantine. And on top of that, you still have to hunt, you still have to look for houses and then bid and may not be able to get it. So all in all, a lot of people are really changing their ways of buying homes. And so I'm getting a lot of that inquiry as well. So please, if you have any questions at all regarding buying or selling, please reach out, give us a call, send me a text, and I'll be more than happy to help. Until next time, please stay safe and be well. Bye.